Horror on the Alexandria Desert Road in Egypt. My name is Hassan, an ordinary Egyptian young man, but my life is not ordinary at all. I always find myself in situations that no one can explain. Situations that make me feel as if I am on the fringes of the world we know. I will now tell you a true story that happened to me personally, and I will not deny that I still recall its details in my dreams, as if it refuses to leave me in peace. One winter night, I was returning from Cairo to Alexandria on the desert road. The weather was cold, the sky was cloudy, and the road was eerily quiet. There was only my car and some trucks passing by from time to time. I was busy with my thoughts, trying to focus on driving in the dark, until something I did not expect happened. While I was driving at a moderate speed, something caught my eye on the side of the road. At first, I thought it was a tree or the shadow of something large, but when I looked closely, I felt my breath quicken. There was a strange creature standing still. Its head was abnormally large, and its body was thin to the point of resembling a skeleton. His arms were very long, almost reaching the ground. The car stopped automatically, without me realizing that I had done so. I sat there for a moment trying to comprehend what I was seeing. Was this a human? Was it an illusion of my mind? But his slow, unnatural movements confirmed to me that what I was seeing was not human. I decided to get out of the car, even though a large part of me was screaming inside me to run. I picked up my phone, turned on its flashlight, and walked towards where he was standing. He wasn't moving, but he was looking at me. His eyes, or rather what looked like eyes, were like two bright points of pale blue, staring at me as if they were piercing my soul. As I approached, the creature began to move slowly, then made a strange sound, like a mix between a deep hum and a sharp whistle. I felt that the sound wasn't normal, but rather it was piercing my ears and filling my head with something I couldn't explain. I stood there frozen, unable to move back or forward. Suddenly, he raised his long hand and pointed towards the sky. I looked up to see a bright flash passing quickly. Then, without warning, I saw a huge light slowly descending from the sky. It was a space disk, huge in size, hovering low, making a sound like an electrical hum. At that moment, I felt that my feet were no longer moving. It was as if the earth itself had decided to hold me. But the object suddenly disappeared, as if something had swallowed it. I tried to get back to the car with all my might. I felt like I was in a race against time. I got into the car, turned the engine quickly, and took off. But the road was not the same as I had left it. The lighting was strange, and everything seemed blurry. I continued driving without looking back, as if something was chasing me. After minutes that felt like hours, I suddenly found myself in front of a sign pointing to Alexandria. I stopped for a moment on the side of the road, breathing heavily, trying to comprehend what had happened. I could not explain what I had seen that night, but one thing I was sure of was that it was not my imagination. Sometimes I ask myself, why me? Why do I face these situations that do not happen to others? I don't know the answer, but I know that what I saw was real. Until now, I don't dare to travel alone at night. I learned that there are things in this world that we should not approach. And this situation was just the beginning of the road. I will tell you many stories that happened to me and my friends, but no one believes us. So if a similar situation happened to you, write it to me in the comments. I need to know if I am the only one who is experiencing this or if there are other people.